Are your favorite foods becoming extinct? Climate change, deforestation, and a slew of other, mainly man-made, factors are driving the extinction of some of the world's most delectable foods. We're not talking about strange marine animals or unique flaxseed strains. Chocolate, wine, and honey may all become inaccessible in the near future. Consider a world where meals aren't drenched in maple syrup, or one in which baseball games are completely peanut-free. Worse still, imagine a world bereft of coffee. It's not merely the stuff of your worst fears. All of these endangered foods are on the verge of extinction. Get your hands on these delectable delicacies and vanishing meals before they're gone. Number 1. Coffee. Caffeine is the world's most common psychoactive drug, and many of us prefer to consume it in the morning with a cup of coffee. However, a 2017 study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences shows that climate change affects both coffee crop growing areas and a critical species responsible for 20 to 25% of coffee bean output, bees. The ecological community produced by coffee plantations and pollinators like bees is both delicate and essential. When bees pollinate coffee plantations, they boost not just the quantity but also the quality of the beans. Unfortunately, rising temperatures and unpredictability in the weather may deter bees with low heat tolerance from pollinating coffee plants. Furthermore, 88% of Latin America's coffee-suitable regions may be reduced by 2050. Infestations of pests, deforestation, and shifting weather patterns. Coffee is endangered by everything. A half-degree increase in temperature can have a significant impact on productivity. Extreme rainfall events have reduced coffee output by 30% in coffee-growing regions, such as India. This is not good news for your morning mood and your relationship with your coworkers. Number 2. Chocolate. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, cocoa can only grow and thrive if certain conditions are met. Cacao can only grow between around 20 degrees north and south of the equator, and if the humidity isn't high enough or the soil isn't rich enough, the cacao will wither and die. Because so many cacao plantations are located in areas where average temperatures have become more volatile, and thus less suitable for ideal cacao growth, a study conducted by the International Center for Tropical Agriculture, CIAT, predicts that farmers will see a significant decrease in cocoa production by 2030. Furthermore, two of the world's largest chocolate firms, Mars Incorporated and Barry Callebaut, believe we consume too much chocolate. The globe used 70,000 metric tons more chocolate than it produced in 2013. The shortage might reach 1 million metric tons by 2020, and it could reach over 2 million by 2030. Number 3. Wine grapes. Of the 1,100 planted varieties of wine grapes that exist, approximately 12 of them, that's 1%, make up the majority of our favorite wines. According to a recent study by Nature Climate Change, enophiles should probably begin weaning themselves off the good stuff now. There's a potential drop in wine production of around 85% over the next 50 years, as regions known for fine wine like Napa and Sonoma counties become too hot to produce premium wines. A glimmer of hope does exist. Nature Climate Change theorizes that if wine growers begin to exploit the diversity of those other 1,088 wine grape varieties in earnest, the industry could survive. It's all about adaptation. Number 4. Tabasco sauce. If you like Bloody Marys or drowning your food in the distinctive sauce, you should get your fill today. The sauce is made only from Tabasco peppers grown on Avery Island in Louisiana. The island faces being devoured by rising sea levels as a result of climate change, extreme weather patterns, and natural environmental processes. Every 100 minutes, Louisiana loses approximately a football field's worth of land, jeopardizing the future of Tabasco sauce. The McIlhenny Company, solely responsible for producing Tabasco sauce, is exploring various ways to keep the water levels in check. The company has resorted to rebuilding the island's marshes, building water control structures, and hunting the feral hogs who contribute to swamp erosion. While many higher-ups in the company are optimistic about the future of Avery Island and Tabasco sauce, as the effects of climate change grow more intense, the future of the savory condiment remains uncertain. Number 5. Avocado. Avocado fever is alive and well in the United States. They are not just voracious avocado importers. 80% of our annual supply originates from Mexico, but 10% of their locally produced avocados come from California. The catch is that avocados require 9 gallons of water per ounce to grow, according to Adam Sternberg of New York Magazine. That equates to 72 gallons of water per fruit. California's water supply cannot keep up with the demand for guacamole in the United States. Sadly, the bad news does not stop there. America's insatiable want for avocados, along with growing export prices, has spurred the fast destruction of central Mexico's pine forests. Avocados aren't going extinct, but they're becoming increasingly difficult to cultivate, especially as demand grows. A single pound of avocados need around 72 gallons of water to grow, therefore droughts are very severe for avocados. When rainfall in California is insufficient, the price of avocados skyrockets. It'll only be a matter of time before the expense of water outweighs the benefits of cultivating avocados. Number 6. Honey. We've all heard about the tragic fall in bee population, but I'm guessing you haven't looked far enough ahead to comprehend that no bees equals no honey. That means no more sweet and sticky biscuit, muffin, or coffee toppings. Bees are becoming extinct as a result of colony collapse disorder, which is caused by parasites and pests, diseases, insufficient nutrition, and chemical exposure. Most plants, including fruits and vegetables, require pollinators such as bees, birds, and beetles to complete their life cycle and produce fruit. Bees receive a lot of attention in this place for two reasons. They are incredibly effective pollinators. A single hive may hold 40,000 bees, and a colony of only 20,000 can pollinate a whole acre, yet they are threatened by climate change, agricultural practices such as monoculture, and, most importantly, pesticides. Thanks to colony collapse disorder, more than 1/3 of America's honeybees have already perished. There will be no more bees or honey. As nature's natural sweetener, you should consume as much honey as possible before we are left with just artificial sugar. Number 7. Maple syrup. While the sugar maple tree responsible for syrup is stretched to the brink of decline, enjoy fluffy pancakes topped with maple syrup while you can. Maple syrup production is inextricably related to the weather. Sap can only flow when temperatures climb above freezing during the day and then fall below it at night. The temperature change is critical because the pressure drives the sap from the tree. However, climate change has made formerly predictable weather conditions unexpected. Hotter temperatures caused by global warming are to blame for maple trees' shorter sapping seasons and less sweet sap. In fact, the average temperature in New England is 2 to 4 degrees warmer than it was 100 years ago. If temperatures rise another 6 degrees, the world's sugar maple population may become extinct. Number 8. Bluefin tuna. Bluefin tuna is one of the most expensive fish in the world and is largely sought after for its exceptional taste and tenderness. Bluefin tuna is hunted by commercial fisheries all over the world, but they are on the verge of extinction. Bluefin tuna is one of the most expensive fish in the world, valued for its outstanding flavor and suppleness. Bluefin tuna are hunted commercially all over the world, yet they are on the edge of extinction. Because to overfishing, the tuna population has dropped by 90% since the 1950s, making it endangered. It was first captured commercially in 1908, and there are currently only a few thousand surviving in the globe. Bluefin tuna may reach lengths of up to 10 feet and weigh more than 1,500 pounds. The bluefin population has been severely decimated because to tremendous demand from sushi restaurants all over the world for its light red flesh that remains juicy whether cooked or frozen. The bluefin tuna is already the 6th most vulnerable species on the globe due to overfishing, driven by humanity's ravenous taste for sushi. Number 9. Peanuts. Peanuts are delicate crops that require a steady and specific atmosphere to develop, according to a CBC article. If there isn't enough rain, it won't germinate. If there is too much rain, they'll mold and maybe get a disease. To top it all off, they don't tolerate excessive heat well, their shoots will become burned and they won't develop at all. The southern states produce the majority of America's peanuts, which are vulnerable to droughts and heat waves, which have killed whole peanut fields. As a result, many people predict that peanuts will go extinct sooner rather than later. It'd be time to switch to almond butter. Peanut plants are notoriously finicky, and both rising temperatures and long-term droughts are making things much more difficult. Number 10. Bananas. Bananas, which are sweet, full, and dependable, are the most popular fruit in the United States, outselling apples and oranges. However, our contemporary bananas are threatened by a disease that has already wiped off an entire species of this easy-to-eat fruit. If you ate bananas in the 1950s, you were most likely eating the Gros Michel variety, but by the early 1960s, the Cavendish, which we still eat today, had completely displaced them all. The Cavendish is less harsh than the Gros Michel and, according to executives who were concerned about Cavendish rejection at the time, less delicious. Panama disease, the banana's main foe, is on the move. It has recently crossed continents and began wreaking havoc on banana-growing regions in Jordan and Mozambique.